8th grade. Selling chocolates that I made. The type of education that I got excelled what I could have gotten in any public schools. But I made a decision my senior year to go experience regular high school. I had one class left to graduate. One class for the whole year. I decided to go a whole year full-time, work full-time, and take care of my son in my senior year of school. Needless to say, I had no social life, but I wanted to go to prom. That was my whole focus. I wanted to be like everybody else. I wanted to make sure I had those experiences of going to homecoming and going to prom. And you know what I found out? Prom was like horrible. But it gave me a stepping stone for me to see that I can excel in a regular school as well. Fast forward, life happens. My dream and my ambition as a very young person was I thought I would, before I got pregnant, I'd go to college. I'd know my husband for at least 10 to 15 years. And then I would have a kid. That's my trajectory. So college was still in the back of my mind. But it still seemed like it was such a distance away. Because those are smart people in college. And I'm not really that smart. So I went to school because I wanted to also make sure that my kids could never tell me, Mom, I can't do it. I graduated high school with a 3.2 GPA, which dropped from a 3.7 because I was working full time. I graduated with my first degree in business administration with a 3.7 GPA. I hit the dean's list so many times that I stopped counting. And I found out that I'm just as good as other people, if not better, because the education I was responsible for. And what you learn in college is you are responsible for your own education. Nobody's going to take your hand. They're getting paid regardless. So they don't care if you read. I was sitting in one of my classes, I'm not going to say what college. I was amazed that the students was given audiobooks because they couldn't read. And here I was assuming that I'm illiterate, assuming that I can't get it right. I'm reading my book, I don't know what's going on with this person or that person. There's some failures that's going on. Because if they had had the type of education, the types of teachers that I had, then they too would be reading. I went on to school to finish a second degree. And then my third. I went to a university for my third degree because I wanted to prove to myself that I could do it. I still had that insecurity sitting in the back of my mind. Sorry, you guys. So I don't want to see any other children live up and grow up with the same insecurities that I had. I pushed my kids to be the best that they could be. But had I known what I know now, my kids would have never been in OPS. Not a day. My daughter in second grade wanted to be in business. Had the skill set to be in business in the second grade. Was wanting to pursue business. But she didn't get the type of education that I got. She didn't get the type of support that I had gotten. Support at home and support in a community, a group of people that surround you, that build you up versus tearing you down.
Right.
My daughter wanted to go to Harvard. And her counselor told her, you're not going to do it. So let's think about something else. How many times is our kids pushed and pulled in a whole different direction than the vision that we see in them, than that hope that we see in them, than that passion that we see in them at a very, very early age? How many times have you guys been through a school and you're hearing the teacher say, I'm tired of seeing you. What are you doing in my class? Our smart, intelligent, vibrant young children are being squashed. Had I not been fed by people outside of my household, from my teachers, from my community, I wouldn't be where I'm at today. So I wanted to show you guys a visual representation of two people that went and got a college degree. I had a whole lot of life lessons that helped me to be able to study and focus and fight. This person's just going through the rigmarole. Right. They know how to regurgitate real well. They know how to take tests real well. But when my feet hit the pavement and I gotta make tough decisions, I've got life. I've got experience. I've got things that it's unfortunate that traditionally you don't get. When we homeschooled my daughter, I was super scared. I was super nervous. I don't know if you guys were ever nervous about homeschooling, but as you see, it's not like I got a solid foundation to work with, right? I was like, I don't know how this is gonna work. But fortunately for me, my daughter wanted to do the work too.
That's good.
My husband wanted to do the work too. So I wasn't by myself. I was in charge of doing her English. I had some time away from school where I wasn't reading, right? But I had help. My daughter finished 2 years of school in 1. We spent 3 weeks in the mountains as her education. And we was able to do that because she was homeschooled. My mother was diagnosed with stage 4 cancer, and that was our going away and our way to go say goodbye to my mother. 3 women up in the mountains by ourselves. But the education that she got in those 3 weeks, she now can go find her own water source. She can go hunting for berries. She can go hunting for, unfortunately, bear tracks. She can navigate where she's at. Things that she would never have gotten traditionally. How do you cook on an open flame? What do you do when you have no electricity? When there's no cell phone? There's no gadget, there's no tablet. What do you do with yourself when it's just quiet? So I just wanted to give you guys that words of encouragement that what you guys are doing is going to set this generation so much further, because you're pouring love, experience, and real education into them. Applied education into them, because it's so much different reading from a textbook versus actually doing. My name is Nicole Lewis, and I just want to thank you guys for allowing me to speak today.
we cannot thank you enough for your words of healing and strength this evening. Mrs. Lewis represents the strength that we all have inside of us, individually and collectively. Thank you again.
Thank you.
Wait, can you hear that? Yeah. Hear what? Hear what?
Somebody's fun.
I've had some good days, and I've had some hills to climb. I've had some bad days, and some sleepless nights. All right. But when I look around and I think it over, all of my good days outweigh my bad days. I won't complain. Sometimes the clouds hang low, and I can hardly see the road. I ask the question, Lord, why so much pain? But He knows what's best for me. And although my weary eyes, they cannot see that all of my good days outweigh my bad days. I won't complain. But He knows what's best for me. And although my weary eyes, they cannot see that all of my good days outweigh my bad days. I won't complain. See, God has been good to me, more than this world would ever see. All of my good days outweigh my bad days. I won't complain.
All right now. Huh.
Thank you, Mr. Dewan. Mr. Dewan is a supporter of our homeschool co-op as a local vocal and musical artist. Thank you for the song and your gift of music for us here tonight. Universal Living Academy, under the ownership and leadership of Mr. and Mrs. Stevenson, my aunt and uncle, is one of the schools in our homeschool co-op that have been homeschooling for well over 10 years. And they are going to give you just a taste of what homeschool looks and feels like. I present to you the Universal Living Academy.
Let's go.
They coming to the front, y'all. Okay. Okay, just be one moment.
Hello?
Line up. Line up. Line up. Come on.
Happy New Day, New Evening, Kings and Queens. I am Angelica Stevenson. I am the mother and the founder of Universal Living Academy with me and my husband, Alan Stevenson. And these are our children. We have 7, 6 in the flesh and 1 in death, because she's always a part of us and taught us a lot of lessons, so we always remember her and recognize her. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to ask them some questions about homeschooling and their own experience. You want to go first?
Yeah.
Okay, hold on. So.
Rand's not getting over here.
It's okay. All right. So say your name and your age and what we're talking about. Go ahead.
I am 7 and my name is Elena.
Okay. What do you like about homeschooling?
I like playing and eating and riding bikes and scooters.
Is there anything you don't like about the homeschooling?
No.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. Say your name and your age.
My name is Adis.
And your age.
7?
Thank you, Adis. What do you like about homeschooling in the co-op?
I don't know.
Okay. Is there anything you don't like about homeschooling in the co-op?
Nope.
That was quick, short, sweet, simple, and straight to the
Yes, you
point.
go back. What you're done talking about. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Alex and I am 10.
Hi, Alex.
Alex, what do you like about homeschooling and the co-op?
I like learning and playing.
Okay.
Is there anything you don't like about homeschooling and co-op?
Okay.
All right, say your name and your age.
I am Amra and I'm 5.
Well, all right. Hey, you don't have a problem with the mic. Okay.
I'm 5.
Yes. Yes, you are.
Can you share with the audience what you like about homeschooling and the co-op? You have to eat the mic.
What I do like about homeschooling is playing. What I don't like about homeschooling is fighting.
What? She kept it 100, so she didn't sugarcoat nothing. She don't like to
Can you
fight.
wait till I'm done? Okay, I'm squatting because I'm breastfeeding and it makes it easier for me so you can hear me. Sorry, not sorry at the same time. Okay, that's just how I am. So I'm a firm believer that homeschooling, learning from home starts in the womb before you're even pregnant.
That's right.
Because
That's
when a
right.
baby is born, our girls, that's when their eggs are there, and it's not active until they hit puberty. And I recently learned that when my daughter, this one right here, her name is Autumn, she'll be 4 months. She was listening to a song called "I Am" by Beautiful Chorus and NDRE.
She knows.
I play music to my children when I'm pregnant with them. She stopped and she recognized the music and she looked at me. And then she started to move her hands like baby do, right? But she did a point where the phone fell on her stomach. She stopped moving and fidgeting. She put her hand in her mouth and she smiled. And that let me know right there, she remembers the song, not the vibration. And that is her starting teaching her children. She's starting that right now. And it's just revelations like that that help me to know that this is the best thing for me and my children. Because my children, they are really my best teachers. I'm a better mom, I'm a better wife, I'm a better woman because of my children. And then the co-op, I'm grateful for Leaders to Legends because Dr. Griffin has helped me to find classes for my children. My son wanted to do boxing. He's 7. Boxing organizations don't start till they're 8 years old or 12 years old, or they didn't have any ages or just a boxing class. We were able to get our coach, also our martial artist coach. He said, yeah, I'll take him. And I was like, yes, because I knew that watching him and observing him every single day that I couldn't do if he was at school, his attitude, his character, his temperament, that I needed help to help him curb that, to help him control that. And it was such a blessing that she was able to connect me to him as a resource. The same thing with my daughter. She's a natural fashion designer. Thank you. See, also the power of the co-op right there. Thank you. And I recognize it. Go ahead. And I recognize that to her at a young age, and I support that in my children. We live by a saying called, "You are a walking business." So I teach them your business, your gift, your talent, your purpose is what you have now. It shows in the way they talk, in the way they speak, in the way they draw, the way they listen. It's already right there. And she connected us again to Mrs. Evelyn Brown, thank you, Queen, who is teaching my daughter how to sew and use her sewing machine to help her goal to be a fashion designer. And I'm just grateful. So that is my homeschooling story, Angelica Stevenson. Oh, and I'm 35 years young, and I look good.
Got that right. All right. Oh, that's Francis. I didn't know that. Okay. I'll record.
Universal Living Academy, we thank you for sharing a piece of your home and educational plan with us this evening, and more so the knowledge and expertise that you contribute to Leaders to Legends, More Than Conquerors Homeschool Co-op. We love and appreciate Universal Living Academy. We thank you all for sharing this special day with us. I hope you are inspired by this taste of what homeschool can be like. Your heart touched by knowing that we've moved past complaining to action, just as Leaders to Legends Homeschool Co-op is collectively doing with your help and support. Our final supporter of Leaders to Legends Homeschool Co-op that we're introducing to you this evening is a co-author with Dr. Griffin, a community activist, a youth advocate, a curriculum writer, but most importantly, as he would like to say, a human being. Please give a warm welcome to Leo Lewis.
Thank you, Charlene. That was an awesome introduction. Perfect. It was almost like I wrote it myself. I did. I need a volunteer, one that knows the ABCs. Do we got somebody that know the ABCs? Who know the ABCs? You right there in the green. I need you to come on here and do the ABCs for me, please. Can you please do that?
Yay.
What's your name? Judea? I'm Leo. All right, so we're going to do the ABCs. Can you do the ABCs for everybody? All right, go ahead. It's your turn. Go.
A, B, C, D, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P, Q, R, S, T, U, V, W, X, Y, and Z. Now I know my ABCs. Next time, won't you sing with me?
Good job.
Have a seat. So everybody can join in this next one, because somebody was wise enough to say, you know what, my child is struggling remembering these 26 characters. So I am going to teach them a song to prepare them for when they go to get educated about those 26 characters. And that song goes a little something like this. Join with me if you know it.